Hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am back at it doing more evaluations of more production pans, and today is the Batea pan. You may have seen me actually do videos on this one before. I've actually done two previous videos, one of which where I had the local manufacturer of this pan come and help me learn how to use it properly. So this one is not my pan that I typically use, but I do have a little bit of experience with it. The Batea pan is used around the world, all over the place, and it is a very common style of pan everywhere but here in North America. Let me show you how it works and give it a bit of an evaluation of how well it captures gold and how fast. Let's get to it. Hope you enjoy. Now this is the last video in the series of production pans. I've done the pyramid pan, I've done the gold claw, the flow pan, the Garrett super sluice, the flat pan, and the Batea pan is a late addition to this series, but is the last one I'm doing. And as with the last video with the flat pan, I've moved locations away from the Fraser River here to my property where I have a big tub that I can work in. Because this is a big pan, it wouldn't have worked in the small tub I had. So I need a big tub where I could capture the tailings to see what kind of losses this pan has. And I've got it all set up so it will capture my tailings, and when I'm done panning, I'll see what it captured, but more importantly, I'm going to go through the tailings and see what it lost. Now let's look at this pan. It is a metal pan, it is steel. The later versions of the guy that's locally making this, he's enameled it black. This first version was just, raw steel. So it does rust a little bit, that's fine. Pans rust, it actually helps them catch the gold a little bit better. It is just a giant cone. It is circular, no riffles, it's just a giant cone, and that is important because that's how the fluid motion of this whole thing works in creating a place in the center for the gold to concentrate on this smooth surface. Its action is quite a bit different than a regular gold pan. A lot of swirling, where a typical gold pan I say don't swirl. This one does do a lot of swirling because it creates a bit of a vortex that concentrates the gold into the very center bottom little bowl. It's not much heavier than a plastic pan, but it is a little bit heavier. And of course, it can double as a wok. I don't actually suggest that because when you're panning, you do end up with mercury once in a while, and you don't want to be cooking in something that's had mercury in it, so no wok. Now for this pan, the manufacturer does recommend that you classify your material down to 1/2 inch or smaller. And of course, I'm using the same material I've used in every video up to this point, which has been classified down to 1/4 inch, which is the perfect classification. I would never go smaller than 1/4. 1/4 is the perfect classification for panning. So I'm using the exact same bucket of material I've used in all of my videos, the same amount, the same gold, the same everything, so that we are evaluating on an even playing field. I've talked enough. Let's get panning. So here I am in the tub. I've got a nice big tub, lots of room to work this pan. I've got a sheet that runs down to the bottom so I can pick up all the tailings for evaluating them, and lots of room to work this pan. One downfall for this pan, just like the flat pan, is it takes a lot of space to work. So you can't work it in small creeks or places that's not very deep, or places where you can't walk in the river. It's nice to have, waders or big boots that you can walk right in and use this without having to bend over too far. It can take a lot of material. I got my bucket right there. I've got my cell phone ready to time me right here. I think we're ready to go. Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, so the idea here is you push it underwater, stratify the whole thing, get everything moving nicely. Nicely stratified. All that gold is going into the bottom cone. Then you dump it in the water and big swirls. dump it in the water and big swirls. And you can see that it's already reduced it to about a quarter of what it was. And it has to be underwater to do this. Okay, there we go. We're going to put more in it. This material's been pre-wetted, so I don't have to worry about wetting it before I go. It's all wet in the bucket. This pan can take a lot. Okay, here we go. Stratify, stratify, stratify. Big swirls, big swirls. Plunge it in the water and big swirls. Plunge it in the water. Let it boil. Swirl off everything on top. Okay. Oh, that's too heavy to do. Okay, now I should be able to get the rest of the bucket in. And finish this off. Stratify, stratify, stratify. And plunge in place, big swirls. Okay, and that there is about how much material I have stopped with for the rest of the videos. So I'm going to stop with that and get a good time. Unfortunately, I had to make a quick break in the middle of this, so I can't tell you right now how much time that was. It said 4 minutes and 50 seconds, but I know I took out 30 seconds. I have to wait till I edit the video, cut out that center little section, and I'll be able to tell you exactly how much time. I'll put it right there. But it's going to be around 4 minutes, 3.5 to 4 minutes. Now, as with all the other videos, I'm going to figure out how much gold it captured in the Garrett Super Sluice, although this pan is designed that you can clean up right in it. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to slowly get it out into the Garrett Super Sluice and see if I can see the gold actually in the Batea pan before I actually do the evaluation here of how much gold it caught. There it is. There's the gold. I can see it, but I'm a little worried I don't see much. Now I'm going to pan this down slowly to see everything that was in there, but I don't want my tailings going back into the tailings because I don't want to evaluate the losses of the Garrett Super Sluice. So, I'm going to pull the sheet away and pan outside of the sheet. Very careful. This will take a bit of time, so I'm going to cut it out. See you in like 2 minutes. And there it is. There's the gold, the Batea pan. Ugh! Captured. Excuse me while I fall out of the tub. nice looking line of gold. There we go. Nice looking gold. But I am not as worried about what it is able to capture, because every pan can capture gold. I want to see what it lost. So time for me to pan through the tailings. I'll see you all in about half an hour. So I'm going to take out my sheet here that's capturing all my tailings and pan through it nice and slowly, very carefully, making sure I don't miss one speck of gold to evaluate how many losses that pan had. This is very boring. So, I'm not going to do it on camera. I'll see you guys in half an hour. Okay, and I've done my losses. We have about 20 pieces of gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'll count properly, but there's about 20 in there. So I will count these very carefully and put the number right there for you, but it's looking like about 130 pieces in what it captured and about 20, 22, something like that in what it lost. So we're probably talking, if my mental math is somewhat accurate, probably about an 85% capture rate. I'll put the real number right there. But my same disclaimer, this is extremely hard gold to capture. It's extremely flat, it's in really heavy sands. So I'm expecting losses with these, with all of these. 85%-ish. That's very similar to my Garrett Super Sluice, and it was quicker. That's kind of nice. Before I put the numbers up on the screen, let's go look at the river. And here is my river in full spring runoff. I'm a little concerned about that log jam that's forming. So, the Batea pan, also known as the right pan. You can buy it from a couple different places. Goldstream Plaster Supplies sells it. Also, Mark, the creator of this, sells it on his own website. I'll leave the links in the description below. It's not a cheap pan. It's another expensive pan. And if you want to get the proper classifier that actually fits it and goes with it, it's about 200 bucks for the set of two. But it is a fast pan. That was I don't know the exact time, I have to calculate that, but probably about 3.5 to 4 minutes to go through that half bucket of quarter minus material. And its capture rate was pretty darn good. It captured about 85% of the gold, of extremely hard gold to capture. It does need a fairly large area to work where you can actually stand in the water or get the water up easily to work in a big open area, so that is a downfall to it. It is nice that you can clean up the gold fairly precisely in the pan itself and just use a snuffer bottle to get out your gold, so that's a nice aspect of it. And it's not a bad pan all around. Do you want this pan? Well, I'll let you decide that. The next video in this series, I'm going to put all the numbers together, compare all the pans to each other, and see which one is best in which situation, and just give you all the information you might need to know to decide which pan you want to buy. Hope you enjoyed my evaluation of the Batea pan. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video if you can. If you haven't subscribed already and you like what you've seen, I have hundreds of more videos on YouTube, and I'll be making hundreds more in the future. Please consider subscribing. Thanks to my patrons out there. Because of you, I get to make these videos for everyone to watch. You guys are awesome. Until the next one, everyone. Bye!